Venezuela's disputed President Nicolas Maduro now saying he is willing to negotiate with the opposition to end the growing crisis there, but he's ruling out new elections. Florida Senator Rick Scott is on the Homeland Security Committee. Senator, thank you for coming back on the program this morning. So how should the U.S. respond to the growing crisis there?
We have got to do everything possible to put pressure on Maduro to step aside. I've been speaking to the president about this. I talked to the interim president, Juan Guaido, this week, met with Venezuelan leaders down in Miami this week. We've got to do everything we can, just keep the pressure on. Now's the time to get rid of Maduro. I mean, what he has done to just everybody in that country is despicable. These Democrats talk about socialism. That's exactly what Maduro's done, and it's been horrible for parents wanting to have a child, not worried whether they're going to have food or medicine. It's just horrible what's happened. We've got to do everything we can to put pressure on Maduro. These people, these Democrats have said this is a coup. No, this is fighting for democracy and freedom. It's fighting against socialism. It's fighting to do the best thing for Venezuelans.
To what extent do you want us to do everything we can to get involved?
I think we got to put everything on the table.
Which includes what, Senator?
Well, I think we've got to look at every option, military options, every option possible. I think the more Maduro believes we're committed. I want to thank President Trump for listening to all sides, by going out there and talking to Guaido, meeting with congressional leaders, listening to what I had to say, or Marco Rubio, or Mario Splard. But we all have to go ahead and declare them a state sponsor of terrorism. They are. I mean, let's call it what it is. Maduro's a horrible individual that's been horrible for the people of Venezuela, and I'm disgusted at what he's done to Venezuelans.
So are you getting the sense that things could calm down there?
Well, he hasn't stepped aside. He says he wants to talk, but that doesn't mean anything. We watch it up here where people say they want to talk and then they just say no, so that doesn't mean much. So I think we just have to keep pressure on.
Got it.
Every second.
And the opposition leader said on FBN last night in an interview, democracy for the region is crucial, and this is very clear to President Trump, Guaido said. So let's move on to other growing threats, worldwide threats. We know that there was a big briefing on that this week, where it appears that the president is in disagreement with our intelligence committee, particularly when it comes to Iran, also North Korea. The president took the opportunity to sort of slam the intel community with this tweet. Earlier, he said, quote, "The intelligence people seem to be extremely passive and naive when it comes to the dangers of Iran. They are wrong." What do you make of what you are hearing from the intel community and President Trump on these issues?
Well, I mean, his job is to hear from everybody, listen to everybody, make the best decision he can. Yesterday, I met with the opposition leaders to Assad in Syria, and I have a lot of concerns about, just walking away from Syria. And I know our military does, I know our intelligence community does, and I do also. What they asked for yesterday is for a no-fly zone. I think we need to look at that. But we've got to listen to everybody, and then, of course, his responsibility is to make the best decision possible after he gets input from everybody.
Finally, how are things going there, Senator? You were on with us last week, and you were talking about your first few weeks on the job. Final thoughts from you?
I think I've been here 3 weeks, or maybe it's 4 weeks now. It's an interesting place. There's a lot of good people up here, but there are also a lot of people that just say something and do just the opposite.
It's a big job. Senator, we appreciate you coming on the program. Please come back soon.